into scout move, meaning that Jarvan coming at ya! Misfortune level up. Jarvan is just coming out right now like, boom, hello, did you call for me? And that is one Azir down from our opponent. One Azir down. I wish he had overwhelmed. Hello everyone, Gomez here for LAN Up channel. It's a matter like the set has hit, and I'm not gonna lie, it is amazing. Like literally, I've been experimenting my way through the cards. The games you're gonna be seeing were from stream because literally I was learning on the go. So this first video is actually gonna be a Jarvan, the 4th deck. I got the most success out of that deck when I was streaming, so I feel like it's a really good deck. I'm not gonna say this is the 100% best version of this deck. I do think there is ways that you could improve on it, but this is its first go, so this is the For the King deck. So, as I said, the deck is called For the King. It's more just because apparently that used to be Jarvan's voice line, is that he kept saying For the King. It's basically Scouts with so we've swapped out Quinn. And we've done that. The reason for this being is because basically Jarvan can jump out on that scout attack. So if you've got Misfortune on the board and like you've got Grizzled Ranger, Island Navigator, or any of those kind of like scout units on the board, like even Valor, going forward, he then jumps out of your deck. It's really good to remember the fact that obviously if you go into that turn with full spell mana and you've got nothing else, you can at least throw down Blinding Assault, get this out, attack forward scout, and then he jumps out and grabs the strongest. So it's very important to remember these kind of synergies that you can do in this deck. Now, as I said, I'm not going to say this is the refined list. This is the concept that we're working with here, because obviously Misfortune, her whole thing is that while enemies attack, she deals one damage, and obviously that gets to her level up in terms of that, and then she does that damage 3 times. So the important thing to remember is with Jarvan is the fact that once he levels up, or even his champion spell, obviously he keeps giving you these cataclysms, which basically is change and give you a free attack. So an ally starts a free attack, thereby meaning that that is helping Misfortune, and it's also when that attack is taking place, she's doing damage if she's on the board. So that's the kind of synergy that we're working with here. I definitely think that this deck needs refinement, like in terms of that there's some things in here that maybe I was a little bit too brisk to include, because definitely like I haven't actually got Cataclysm running itself as a spell, and I've not got any form of rally, right? Because normally this kind of deck would run a Relentless Pursuit, and I think that a Relentless Pursuit would be really good in this deck, or even potentially the Golden Aegis, which is the barrier rally, actually would be really good in this deck, because the ability to barrier Misfortune, because let's face it, the plan is always got to be protect the Misfortune at all costs. So definitely that could be included. I don't know, like, so there's so many things like potentially taking yourself down to 1 Elm Heart and maybe removing some of these Gallant Riders to maybe slip in a couple of these rally, barrier rally spells. So that is going to be what I think, like, especially like you could technically get rid of Ye Be Warned. It became my main draw mechanic, if I'm going to be honest with you, as well as the fact that obviously Jarvan works off of challenge, but also these Gallant Riders work off of challenge. So the idea was to use Ye Be Warned to get that synergy, which is making that challenge, which will then make that turn into the Vanguard Cavalry, what's his face? There was actually an idea that I had with this guy, in that I was thinking, well, do we just play him with what's his face, right? With Shakedown. Do we just play him with Shakedown? Because technically we could Shakedown on top of him, do 2 damage to him, then allow him to challenge forward on who he's made vulnerable, and then immediately that'll turn him into a 5/5 with Tough. So there was actually potential synergy going on there, but if he wasn't in your hand, it felt bad. And as I said, there's not a lot of draw really going on in this deck. So definitely it's one of those things, but I really would love to refine this list, because I do think this is a very strong deck, and as you will see in the games that we played, really powerful. The important thing is to remember that like you need to be having things block, so that's why you need that kind, like if you want to be leveling Jarvan, so that's why we need things along these lines. Like Hide Gun's got a nice stat line that can still do blocks. We've got like so it's one of those things, right, in terms of the fact that this guy's very useful for helping with Jarvan's level up, but sometimes like I don't think we saw Jarvan level up once like, in these games, but that's what I mean by I feel like the deck needs refinement, because obviously the whole idea is supposed to be getting to his level up and getting to Cataclysm, but maybe if we're not getting his level up, maybe throwing a couple of copies of Cataclysm in, and as I said, working with that Aegis spell could be good. But as I said, all the decks, I just want to say, like, spoiler alert, all the decks you're going to be seeing in these next coming days and whatnot are all me testing things out. I've literally, the set has just released. I'm getting these things out as quickly as possible because I want to give you guys content and give you guys ideas. And as I've always said, like, ages ago in this channel, I always say that what I do is I give concepts and a basic structure, and then I give it over to you guys to help refine and make it good. And that's what our Discord is all about, is basically I give you these options and then you go, we can take this, but if you take this and this makes this better. And in all honesty, that is what I love about this channel. The community and everything, like the Legends of Runeterra community is just helping each other and creating and crafting these decks and getting them to the refined, polished diamond that we're looking for. So this is the basic concept. I'm not saying this is the best way of running this deck, but please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. If you run this deck, please let me know. If you make any changes to this deck, please let me know what changes you'd make. As well as the fact that obviously, shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, all of these games that you're going to be seeing were streamed. So if you want to come catch the action live as it's currently going down, I'm live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. As well as the fact that obviously, so the Discord link, you can get yourself in there and we can talk and work things out. And there is always also a games night and a movie night within there. As well as that, there's a merch link down below if you want to get yourself some Legends of Runeterra merch like this lovely, what you call it, Tom Kench t-shirt that I'm currently wearing. But honestly, thank you all so much for the support. I've hit my halfway point on YouTube. I've got an end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers and subscribers on YouTube and Twitch. And we're halfway there. Whoa! Living on a prayer. My voice is going terrible. It's because I talk too much. But honestly, thank you all so much. And if you're not already subscribed, why not consider it? But honestly, thank you all. I hope you have a great day. And I hope you enjoy these goings out to the deck thing. Obviously, our opponent is playing. I'm going to keep him in hand. Our opponent is playing a much more kind of like elite deck, which does make sense. Obviously, like, you know, Jarvan the Fourth is an elite, and obviously working with elites is a very legitimate strategy. We've decided to work with Misfortune in this because of the fact that literally he's got his spell which counts as a free attack, and Misfortune levels up through attacks, and so therefore we are going to be working with this and hoping that it's all going to work out. Is it because the animation spell is too fast? Potentially, who knows? I don't know. Okay, so we've got Tattered Banner, which at least means that with Tattered Banner we can actually give Jarvan, if we play this right, we can actually give Jarvan Challenger, so that he immediately already has Challenger. My main thing is making sure that we're playing this right in terms of the fact that our opponent could be very smart.
It's dangerous out there. Take this.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Okay. So our opponent is playing an elite deck. Obviously, there is certain things they could use that would, I was honestly expecting them to wait. I was expecting them to wait and then see whether or not they had, like, Sharp Sight or something in there that would have negated and kept him alive. But okay, they were like, solid, he's dead anyway. He's dead anyway. We go. So, it's okay. I can summon more units, or I can just summon this. I feel, oh, there's the Misfortune. Okay. Okay. So I'm actually gonna throw you out because I want to go wider on this field of play right now, and then Misfortune dropping. Yeah, I can accept that. I'm willing to accept that damage. Technically, I could have actually killed him with Sharp Sight potentially. Probably would have been the better plan, in all honesty, would have been to kill him with Sharp Sight. We're starting to get close to the move, but obviously on the move, our opponent is going to be the one going forward. Like, in terms of that, the next turn, like, the ability to use Jarvan, he could just immediately come out with our opponent, is what my point is here. So, we need to be somewhat careful. So, throw you out.
Do your worst.
Do your worst. Okay. So, we could sharp sight here. Could sharp sight here just to at least remove this from the field of play. I want to be removing Garen from the field of play if I'm going to be honest, but maybe that might be enough to fool my opponent into assuming that it's over. It's all ogre now. In terms of the fact that, so we go forward with the Islander and then go for this. Obviously, our opponent could also be running sharp sight. Our opponent could be running single combat to remove the misfortune. Our opponent might not even block this. So we shall see how things go, but we're going to go forward here with the Island Navigator as well. Technically, there was no reason that I couldn't have gone forward with the Island Navigator into the first attack, because it would have just meant that there was yet again the potential of removing Garen. So potentially, the better move would have been to have... I mean, technically, actually, no, there's no point going forward with Misfortune. Misfortune would have died. So at least Garen is down, but obviously, that now means that Misfortune is in the crosslight, which is the crosshairs for Jarvan to drop on our opponent's side of the field. Potentially. Oh no! Oh, of course they can't do an attack. They've got no units to attack with. What I could do here is I could play the Grizzled Ranger. Like, what I want to do is I want to see whether or not they play another Garen. So, potential Garen move here. Yeah, Garen. Okay. For king and country. I mean, actually, technically, he's going to die anyway. Part of me's thinking, do I hide gun him? But, he's going to die anyway from an instant attack next turn, right? So, obviously, we're going to lose the Misfortune. It makes 100% sense to kill Misfortune from our opponent's standpoint. It just makes too much sense for them not to do. So, yeah, makes 100% sense. So, next turn, what we want to be doing... Play Tattered Banner, going directly into a scout attack. So, Tattered Banner going directly into a scout attack, meaning that... Aha! For the king! As he comes out.
I have urgent news.
As he comes out. A true Feliolian welcome! A true Feliolian welcome. How are you doing? Hope all is well with you. Stay resolute. So... The important thing to remember is that obviously counterplay can come at us. Counterplay can come at us in terms of the fact that obviously, so... Actually, I thought that, oh, it's only when he levels. It's only when he levels he gets his barrier, so that's why we have to be careful here. Okay, only when he levels does he get his barrier. So, obviously our opponent could just immediately do the counterplay to us. So, yep. There he is! There he is!
See these fools off first,
okay, so what we can do is potentially at least removing the thing so that at least both of them are dying. So we lose one, but they also lose one, so it's okay. Obviously, our hand is not the best, but we can still throw down this going into this Gallant Rider. So the Gallant Rider can at least grab... oh, okay. So immediately going with a rally move here. Was not expecting rally here? Was not expecting rally here, but... Okay then. I mean, I could trade that off, but I also want... I mean, I could... It's okay. You know what? Our opponent leaves it. It's perfectly fine. So against that, I mean, we're against the Emperor all day. And to be fair, why wouldn't I be against the Emperor all day? So many different things that he can do. And obviously, Scout working with him means that if you get his landmark out, that is a lot of resource that's coming out of like that landmark play, right? So... Okay, we've always started with Jarvan, like, luckily enough. We've been lucky with our top decks here. Been very lucky with our top decks in terms of, like, always starting with BS. So having the Deus on the field and then just that ability of literally scout units and letting that kick off is it's a very powerful move. It is a very powerful move from our opponent. We're just going to have to hope right now. Hope. Live in hope. So, yeah, no. There was a slight hope that they would go forward, but you don't go forward into that. You don't throw Azir into a misfortune play move right there. It would be stupid and reckless in every regard. Right. So right now they're going to be going for trying to kill misfortune. So at least on the plus side, I can say no. But that is a continuous minus stat. That's such a good card in terms of the fact there is a continuous minus stat that they've just put on top of her right now. It's stopped me from being able. I mean, the good thing there is they still didn't attack forward, right? So it's stopped them from correct because they could have actually summoned 2 sand things out of that. So it's actually amazing that they didn't go forward because there was actually so much potential for them to go forward in a devastating way there. So I'm so glad that they didn't. So
seen tombs, towns, and everything in between.
It's okay. It's okay. So we've got spell shield 1 coming down at me.
Always forward.
Gonna throw you out first. Throw you out first. Okay. This is gonna be a slow burn. Slow burn play here. Slow burn play. Obviously, she is continuously flimsy right now, right? She is continuously vulnerable. So next turn, they could just immediately go forward and grab her, right? So part of me's thinking, do I keep my sharp sights back? Because obviously, most likely, they're going to be grabbing her with the spinner. And so 2 of these get to her pass. But obviously, I could technically use that right now to kill this, right? So part of me was honest to God considering just the straight up using the sharp sight to kill this. Because, yeah, again, I said that this wouldn't have been a bad move. So what we're going to do, throw this out, and then go forth. Go forth with all of this. Just because, like, I guess, like, their best field of play... Actually, no, correction. Like, because of this shot, they can't even do that. So, that's okay. So they have to go forward. They have to go forward with Azir. We are forcing them. They have to go forward with Azir. Next attack turn, we're going to be getting Jarvan out. And potentially even like... They have to kill Misfortune before this level goes in, right? They have to kill this Misfortune before the chance of leveling goes in. So I'm expecting to see... It's okay. It's okay. We can still live. So... We can still live. We can still live. Can actually throw Grizzled Ranger into this. Because at least then, like, you know, I would prefer to be attacking on... Scout. But if I need to do this for what I'm going to consider to be the greater good... Because obviously, like, I mean, I guess I could have taken the damage, right? Okay. So, this is big. The ability, like, they're going to be summoning, like, this is actually going to be a really big summon move for our opponent, right? Really big summon move happening right now in terms of the fact that as well they're gonna be getting Misfortune down like a lot. Oh, I mean, not what I expected, but okay. Okay, honestly, not what I expected to see there, but obviously we are actually seeing like a really good play coming from our opponent right now because that is a lot of damage and then that ability coming in. So what I could do is I could actually sharp sight to keep this one alive just so that it gives me another blocker. Again, like that is potentially, because obviously I was expecting them to go twice in, potentially to Misfortune, but it looks like they've decided not to do that. So, feels like I have to do this just to keep this alive, just to give myself a defensive unit again going into this next attack, because they're going to go immediately forward again here, summoning another 2 of those things. So yeah, again, so we are going to be taking a lot of damage this turn. So, remember this day. Okay. It's okay. So, he is actually going to be leveling himself as well. Like, it's something to bear in mind. He will be leveling himself upon this. So, it's okay. Right now, Misfortune lives. Misfortune still lives.
The order is given.
Okay, it's okay. Don't worry, we get an amazing level up animation. But hold! Azir which it seems so strong. He's really good. Honestly, Azir, like Glass Daisy, Azir is actually a really good card. Like they have done a really good job making him without a shadow of a doubt. So obviously, if we don't do that, we're gonna go down to 3. If we do this, we can keep 6. I'm actually gonna take this right now because Misfortune still lives right now. Not well, but she lives. Not well, but she lives. And so I'm willing to take that damage in. There's a lot of damage coming at me, but I'm willing to do this. So next turn, use Tattered Banner. Using Tattered Banner to just go like directly into Scout move, meaning that Jarvan coming at ya. Misfortune level up. Jarvan is just coming out right now like boom, hello, did you call for me? And that is one Azir down from our opponent. One Azir down. I wish he had Overwhelm. Okay, so it's a lot for our opponent to have to do. I mean, and our opponent, with nothing going on for them, we immediately go forward and take the GG! But honestly, really good. I like what our opponent is doing. Our opponent is actually playing a very smart game. Okay, right. Oh, this is another deck I really want to try. So we are against the Watcher deck, but they have gone pure. They have gone pure Freljord. No Shadow Isles or no, what's his face? Well, I can't think of the damn name of the card right now. No Shadow Isles or no Ionia, because people have been saying, like, you know, build this with Ionia so that you get. So we're not getting the benefits off of Squire at this moment in time. Still not getting it potentially. So we're gonna go with this just to like force them to have to make a decision right now, right? Do they take 4 damage? They accept taking 4 damage right now. Obviously, our opponent could be playing a ramp deck and therefore expect Avalanche, expect, what you call it, like, you know, potential ramp mechanics coming out. So, okay, we've got Jarvan. So at least I can play this. Admittedly, we're now, like, opening the Avalanche door. We are opening the Avalanche door. Come at me! We are opening the door to Avalanche and saying, come at me, brother! So, Avalanche hits. It was expected. But yes! Was it Lissandra? Doggo is the way. I mean, Doggo, like, I definitely do want to make a Nasus deck. I actually could have won one of my games earlier on if I wasn't being a tit and noticed that I could have played Nasus. Okay. So I could throw Misfortune out, but I feel like I actually want to throw this out. I feel like I want to throw this out. Of course I'd get the Dredger. Of course, out of everything there, I'd get the Dredger. So, I mean, okay. I know that, which, I mean, technically what I could do here is I could use, I mean, I'm surprised to see this card. I'm assuming that maybe my opponent's not got many cards. Like, so they're building that deck. Well, shit, they're building it because I mean, like, I'm just surprised to see this. I don't know why I would be seeing that, but I could be wrong. Nice moves. Nice moves there, because obviously that is actually a synergy, which at least gives you a challenger unit and then removes the things in the field of play from your opponent. So actually a really good move. Really good move. We still get the draw. Still get the draw coming off of that, but yes, no, that was actually really good from our opponent. Turn 6 is our turn of playing Jarvan. So before the trolls go to war, I think you'll find that Trundle will be going to the graveyard, courtesy of a really big. So yeah, we're just gonna accept that. He's gonna be going directly to the graveyard, courtesy of Jarvan the 4th. Good day, sir. Take him. I should have played I should have played this again. I want to grant the mechanic for the later game. So literally, I should have played Tattered Banner first. I was too excited about killing the troll. Mistakes were made. Facing Lissandra like as a ticking time bomb. She potentially is a ticking time bomb, but obviously it's possible to still stay okay. So actually gonna keep you back. So just going forward here, just to like force out this, yeah, just to force him to maybe accept a little bit more damage going on there, because obviously Jarvan's in a not good state right now. Like Jarvan's whole thing is that he requires you to have to defend, and so if your opponent doesn't play anything for you to defend against, that is quite problematic. So gonna play the Misfortune. Actually, we're gonna play the Island Navigator first to give us options for. I mean, a Reforge is quite nice. Play the Misfortune.
Favors the bold.
Fortune favors the Boulder Woos. So, accepting this, we immediately go forward. We immediately go forward with literally everything here. Because we want to be like, you know, obviously they can throw down the ice pillar. So they're going for that level up, right? They're going for that level up over there. What we could do is we could technically go for a sharp sight into a single combat. So potentially sharp sight over here. Actually, no, would you? I mean, what we want to actually correction, that was like totally not the right move to do because I should have sharp sighted somebody else. Because I mean, the problem is that I'm giving the ability of like, I want to be still hitting into this. So what I should have done is I should have sharp sighted over here and then done that rather than doing it like this. But I guess we still get to keep this guy alive. I guess there's swings and roundabouts, right? Swings and roundabouts, but obviously we are forcing, by doing that, yes, we are forcing our opponent not to be playing Ice Pillar immediately. So it's giving us another turn. I mean, obviously, like there's always gonna be moves like that, which does mean that you get the counterplay coming in. But on the same point, it is also meaning that they've used that. They've not been able to get Ice Pillar out for a level up. Oh, going for a Frostbite on top of him. Potentially, they have another Shatter. Potentially another Shatter. I mean, admittedly, so how close is Witches? So Misfortune is nearly there. We're actually gonna increase. Do we increase one of these by +2? But then I guess, oh, we could like no. Sorry, we put that in. Potentially, we're going to be seeing our opponent, as I said, doing some skills. But I'm willing to accept this. I'm willing to accept that. So boom, 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 boom. Okay. So, potentially they use another one to kill Jarvan. Oh, they don't kill Jarvan. Well, in that case, we do it again! So, we're going again. We're basically trying to force them that they have to deal. They potentially, like, have to, I mean, technically, I mean, there's no reason not to go forward with that. We could even go forward with Misfortune at this moment in time, because admittedly, although she's close to a level up, we're forcing our opponent into a state of play right now where they've got to deal with what's coming at them and they can't! So, yes, that was the For the King deck, or scouting, what you call it, Jarvan. I do like this concept, and I feel like it does actually have a really powerful combo with Misfortune, especially if you've got those Cataclysm spells, because I said it's a free attack that's actually helping Misfortune level up while also like obviously trading things off of the board. So that's what I mean. This deck needs refinement in terms of the fact that it needs to. So potentially, as I said, getting rid of maybe one of those Elm Hearts, or maybe the Citrus Couriers. I do like the idea of Citrus Courier just because of the idea of obviously then he's a unit, a well-statted unit, which is giving you rally, but maybe he just isn't good enough. And I do like the idea of Aegis using that for rally instead of Relentless Pursuit. Obviously, Relentless Pursuit is 1 mana less, but that barrier of being able to protect Misfortune and allow her to go into the attack is going to be quite good. So those are the changes that I would say try to make, is try to put Cataclysm into the deck and also try to put Aegis in. But I don't like this. This is the deck. I'm giving you the deck as it was run. I might give you the link, because obviously all my deck links are always down below. I might refine that list myself a little bit, and then like you guys can see whether or not that's good or what. But as I said, if you run this deck, let me know how it goes as well. If you make any changes, let me know what changes you make. As I already said, if you want to come catch the action live, I am on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Link down below, as well as the link to the Discord if you want to get in there and talk about these decks, as well as the link to like the lovely Tom Kench t-shirt that I've got here. I got a graphic artist to make a few Legend of Runeterra designs, so if you want to check those out, please feel free to, but do not feel forced to make any purchases and whatnot like that. I don't want anyone to feel forced, but honestly, thank you all so much. I hope you have a great day. Until next time, bye!
From Flash of Brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.